Hi guys, and welcome again.
What's up? Sorry.
Really? You're gonna just talk over me from the very beginning?
This never happens!
Shut up.
I think we see Willis coming out.
Johnson cuts left, now fires a three. It is good, and he's fouled!
Welcome to the show, guys. As you know, it's Media Day.
Media Day
the
today.
hype is here. We're 7 days away from Knicks basketball, and our hype's just through the roof.
I'm so excited, I think I peed.
And Saturday, we're actually going to open practice.
We're going to be at open practice on Saturday, so if you see us, come say hi. Don't be a stranger. We're here. But we want to talk about Media Day today. Finally, we get to hear from the players, and it was really exciting to see what they had to say, see what they've been working on this summer, and a good chance for the fans to see what's happening heading into next season.
And to see KP with
KP?
his new haircut. Yeah,
he got like a slick little fade.
He got a slick little haircut, looking hot. Yep.
Yeah, it was dope to see KP.
I missed you so much.
The second I saw him, my first thought was, oh, he's about to announce.
I'm so excited.
I was like, he's gonna say his tournament.
You were all like, yep, he's just gonna announce I'm playing.
I'm playing
game one. I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Thing is, like I said, it's just a breath of fresh air to see him. He's so important for this franchise because he really is our glimmer of hope.
Just excited that he's back. Excited that he's back in New York. Fresh new haircut, and he's part of the team. He definitely felt having him come on first, which I guess they had to.
But still,
having him on first just made us feel like, okay, he's here and he's part, and he was in uniform, so he's like part of the team. That's how I felt.
When it comes to the injury, he mentioned that he's taking it slow. I don't think we're going to hear any news for a bit. You know, there's going to be more rehab happening. They're taking it slow. They're taking their time, which I agree.
They did try to pinpoint him to a time. Like several people tried to ask him, so when do you think you're going to be coming back? And he just kind of shut that down.
He deaded it. And he said, you know, I'm 7'3".
He said it's not his. It's not
his decision.
He said the decision is going to be based on exactly what his progress is. So it's not his decision as to when he wants to come back to play, but when the trainers and when his coach and everyone says that he is actually ready to physically come back and play for us.
Up next, we had Kevin Knox, which is dope to hear from him. We've heard a lot of what he had to say, but he kind of reiterated the same thing. Wants to win, wants to get out there, make things happen, excited again in front of the Garden. I think the fans are excited to see him. Yeah,
they spoke about, they asked him specifically about him playing so well in Summer League, and then him coming to play now on this big stage. And he definitely acknowledges that he knows it's going to be different. He's going to be playing against different people, different stage, different energy. And a whole other level of playing basketball than what it was for Summer League. So he knows that he has his challenges. He made reference to getting bumps and bruises because that's all part of the learning process.
And Fizdale wants that, you know. So I think
I think, and I feel like a lot of his culture comes from his dad being a professional sports player and him having that, growing up with that.
Yeah, he was a professional football player. So you see Kevin Knox growing up in that kind of athlete mindset. He's so well media trained. You could really see the upbringing coming in
he's trained. He knows how.
He knows
how to handle himself.
In New York, right? 19 years old is not easy.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Mario Hezonja, who was probably my second favorite interview of the day. I love how candid some of these guys are. Some of these guys who kind of fail. We spoke earlier, physical saying they crashed. These guys who were busts. And Hezonja owned it. He said, I've seen the lowest points. I've seen the lowest of the low. So, and he's only 23, so he's not trying to sugarcoat it.
Right.
Like, oh, things didn't work out. He's admitting, like, and he's a hard worker. So he's admitting he messed up. Maybe things he missed, things he wasn't able to do before in Orlando. I think he's going to surprise us a lot this season.
He also made reference to the financial aspect of this and the fact that he wants to play for the Knicks for the long term.
Yep.
He was very adamant about, the money is not what he's looking at, but he's looking to play with this team.
And he wants to prove it. He said it's on me. That was that quote, right?
Yeah, he did say it's on me.
Because Hezonja turned down multi-year deals with more money. I think the Trailblazers.
To play for 1 year with us.
To play for 1 year for us,
that
clearly to me,
that clearly to me shows that he wants to play here.
He wants to be here. He's excited. He tweeted about the Knicks fans, and I think he's feeding that energy. He's a high action, exciting, explosive guy. The Garden's gonna love Mario Hezonja. And our man, right here, the GOAT, Frank Ntilikina. I would admit, we're irrational Frank fans. We're a bit over the top. But we see so much in this kid.
I put on my IG that he put on 15 pounds of muscle. And
he's all muscle.
Terry was like, no, you cannot actually do that.
I know what Scott Perry said,
but 15 pounds, but...
Yeah, no one put on 15 pounds of muscle in a couple months, but he did look noticeably bigger today.
Absolutely.
And he spoke about his confidence, trying to bring that out, not being timid, I guess, on the court, on offense next season.
Yeah. Yeah, he spoke about that. So again, he acknowledged the fact that he knew with his first season, and it was his first season. So that is like
coming from
first season.
We can talk about this forever.
Right, first season coming from a foreign country. just now learning the language, moving to a big city like New York and playing in the Garden.
In front of the...
He definitely...
he handled it well.
He definitely seemed like he has a lot more confidence.
Yep.
And I hope that that's going to translate to the court.
It is. I'm calling it. I think Frank's going to be a different player this season. And we saw at the end of last season was already showing it. And I love what he said. He said, I was thinking too much. I think we saw that. There were games we were watching and we were like...
But he had the ball and he was like... and we were like, shoot.
Right.
Even if you missed. We didn't care if you missed.
We didn't care. That's the thing.
We were like, just
shoot.
Because we want you to have that experience. So he mentioned that he, I guess, was hesitant on the court.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's good. And
I love that he mentioned it. Like his own, they're owning up to what happened. And they're talking about the future.
Trey Burke's interview was great.
Yeah.
He definitely acknowledged his downfalls and spoke about how he really wants to change his game this year.
More athletic,
really stepping up.
Yeah.
I also feel that he's matured so much and he seems so grounded. He just had, I think, a baby yesterday.
Yeah.
And had time to go get his hair braided.
Right. But shout out to Trey Burke, man. That's good. Another person in the family and, shout out to him.
Yeah, definitely seems to have matured and become that player. And I can't wait again to see him take that next step up. One of the questions they asked him was what was his favorite moment on the court. Right? Was that they
asked him in his career so far.
I think he wanted to go to a college reference, but then he was like, you know what, I'm going to keep it simple. And he made the reference to the 42 points that he scored last year.
The way he brought it up, you could see it meant so much to him because he said he felt like that was his whole journey. Coming in as a lottery pick, kind of busting out the league, going
down to the D League. He made mention of all of that.
He made mention of, and you know what it was a confidence about him. He didn't just feel like a wide-eyed, young guy excited. He was like, nah, I got this now. That's what it felt like. I got this now. You're going to see.
Like he's gone through the whole circle.
Whole cycle.
And now he's like, ready.
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm back. And mature. And the maturity goes a long way.
Yeah.
Playing this game.
He is, I think he's going to win the position. Honestly, like I said, we're big Frank fans, but I really think Trey Burke is like, you could see... There's a difference between just youthful enthusiasm and kind of like, more mature, like, no, I got this, you're going to see.
So you think he's going to start?
Oh, 100%. I think, let me scale that down. The only way he doesn't start is if Fizdale thinks he's more valuable off the bench.
Right.
Being that big high scorer.
Which we spoke about.
But I think Trey Burke, listening to him speak, and talking about how he worked out this summer, he was doing like a lot of sand exercises on the sand in LA, working on his explosiveness. I feel like he's going to hit training camp and play so much better. And no fault to Moutier or Frank. I think he's just on another level right now. Like his mindset and everything. And he's been through it. Yeah. He's older than these guys. He knows what's up. So I could see him just kind of coming in with a killer mindset and like really going at it.
Okay, so we'll see.
Great to have him on the team, regardless of where he ends up playing. And of course, Mr. Quotable himself and his cancer.
Who made reference to his nipples?
Yeah,
that's great. Anybody seen a nipple?
Then I think kind of.
Let's get a hashtag playoff nipple trending. That's the Knicks rap. Forget Knicks way or Knicks tape. It's playoff nipple.
When I think about playoffs, my nipples get hurt.
But man, this guy loves the media.
He's talking about being excited. Sorry, in case you did not get the nipple reference, he was talking about being excited.
Yeah, about the playoff, about making the playoffs potentially. And this is great. I think he can rub some people the wrong way, but his excitement, you can't match it. He's so happy to be here. He said he wants to stay here for his career. He said that he wants to stay in New York for the rest of his career. He definitely said that. He's gonna be giving up a lot of money to do so. And Ennis, he's a guy who you love to have on your team because he's strong, he's tough, he backs up everyone. You obviously saw what he did with Frank last year for LeBron against LeBron. So he's someone, like you said, you mentioned you love how he talks about his teammates. He spoke about the teammates as his family. He said that this is his family, and I think that's why he wants to really stay in New York. So Media Day was dope, but we want to talk about kind of coming out of Media Day and all the stuff we've seen in the last couple of weeks. What our expectations for the Knicks are this season. So here are 5 hopes and wishes for Terry and Trey for the New York Knicks franchise this NBA season. I think one of the first things you want to see these guys do is to stay the course. Yep. Stick with the plan. No trades. No crazy things happening mid-season. When January comes, which is usually around the time that we kind of start to tank, it doesn't matter. Stay with what the original plan was. Right. I think patience. I think patience is a virtue. I think patience with Kristaps' injury, not rushing him back. Patience with making the right trade. Obviously, we have guys like Courtney Lee who might be someone that a lot of teams might be looking at the deadline. Making the right deal at the right time. And I think, you know, they've shown us so far that when things are quiet, they're able to be good. But when the New York Daily News is posting the Knicks are 2-15,
and the media here is crazy.
And the media is going to be crazy. We saw it today too.
Yeah, the media here is crazy. On the news, all the different news outlets. You know, we want the Knicks to almost kind of put a blind eye to that.
Right.
Hard to do, but put a blind eye and just continue with what your original plan
Stay on the path. Keep the blinders on. The plan is excellent. The plan of just like developing slowly, bringing KP back when it's time. All this stuff sounds great now, and it sounds great in theory. We've been hearing it all summer. You know, it's what got it. It's what has us and all the other fans hype right now. But when the going gets tough in the middle of winter, stay the course. Play modern basketball. Now, what we saw last year is we saw a lot of the Knicks not taking threes. I think we were second to last in the NBA in threes attempted and made. So that can happen, right? You're scoring 2 points on the person scoring 3. You're never going to catch up.
You're always going to be behind.
So I think we got to see way more modern basketball. Scott Perry and Steve Mills, I think Perry mentioned it. There was a game last year where they were watching us play and they said, there's an athleticism gap here.
Right.
Like no matter how well we're playing, there's this like athleticism gap that we're not bridging.
It's like the other teams were like racing up and down the court and we were like trudging along. So
exactly.
I think that's one of the reasons that we got Knox and that we got Mitchell
yeah.
is to have these young, fast, energetic, athletic players to be able to compete in this new game of basketball.
It's so different position as basketball, guys switching multiple positions. We saw KP mention it. One of the first times he's really spoken or accepted, I should say, the idea of playing a lot of positions, which is pretty cool. He's always been like, I want to play the 4, I want to play the 4. So I think stepping into the future, I think Fizdale has that idea. And his character was talking about shooting threes. Fizdale told him from the jump, you know, you're going to be shooting threes. So
he's been practicing that.
Exactly. He's been practicing it.
Let's see.
But that idea of let's play basketball the way it's meant to be played in 2018, not 1999. Shout out to the 99 Knicks. Just by the time I say that here. But yeah, let's play modern basketball. Let's play like these teams. And I love the moves they've made to get more athletic. And I think we're going to see that on the court.
You can walk the walk. You can talk. You can walk the walk. Now talk.
Walk the talk.
See, I feel like we're going to say it wrong.
Walk the talk. Walk the talk. You're walking. Walking is the action to the talk that you were saying before.
Okay, so walk the talk.
Yeah.
So we speak about this culture that's brewing and we're seeing them have conversation about it. We want to see that translate to the court. I want to see that gel, that togetherness in the actual play.
Right, and we mentioned it before, right? When the going gets tough. Last year you saw some times where Tim Hardaway's body language to me was not acceptable. It was not the body language. Yeah, he was a little off-putting. There were times he was calling Frank off the ball because he didn't like what Frank was doing. My thing is, if we're going to be this team where the veterans are helping out, the young guys are banding together, everyone's working for each other, I don't want to see any kind of fight between Moody, Frank, and Burke trying to argue.
They got to trust each other.
They have to trust each other.
On
and I know a lot of guys this season are playing for their individual things. Not being selfish, but you have to look out for yourself, right? Like your next NBA contract, stuff like that.
Right.
But if we're really going to do this the right way, and I think Fizdale is a perfect coach for this, he's going to hold them accountable. So what I want is that we literally live up to everything we're talking about. That does not mean wins. That means attitude and execution.
So it's walk the talk.
Yes.
I think that's what it is.
I think that's what it is. Commit to the youth. Now, last season, something that annoyed me. There was a point where it was kind of clear the season was, it's kind of, you know where it was going. And Jeff Hornacek still has, because he's paying for, thing is, Jeff was coaching for a job. So he's thinking, I got to get as many wins as possible. So he's putting Jarrett Jack, Courtney Lee, Lance Thomas, all these guys out there late. And I'm like, you need to let Frank play. You need to get these young guys play. This season, I don't think Fizdale's going to do that. But I know, you don't know how the pressure is. Fizdale might feel like this now. But, you know, a couple games, 20, 30 games in. Right. What if he's a little pressed and he's like, I got to play the guys who's going to get me points.
I don't care.
It doesn't care.
I don't care. Let the young guys play.
Let these young guys play. He said he's going to let Kevin Knox go out there and get beat up by LeBron, by the other great threes in this league. Let Frank go out there. Let Frank make mistakes. Jeff would pull Frank every mistake.
It's a great learning experience, actually, in any business that you have.
Any life
experience, even. Yeah. Like, when you go through those bumps and bruises, as Kevin Knox said, or when you fail, that's how you learn. So for me, I want to see these young guys play. Let them fail. Let them get bullied around. Don't let them get injured. But
Ennis isn't letting that happen.
But let them play. Let them see what it's like to play at this level. Be fearless. Play.
Represent this jersey. This is New York, right? All we care about. I think people get caught up so much that we just want a playoff team. We want to win championships. Yes, we do, of course, and we're hoping to get there. But we want to see is a commitment. What annoyed us in the past is this whole, we got a super team now. We got this guy. We got this guy. We're going to kill it. And then what happens halfway through? They're fighting. Guys are missing games when Derrick Rose disappeared.
Oh, God. MIA.
And we thought he was dead. It's horrible. But we were really worried about Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
So all this, that's an individual thing, but all this stuff, the whole Noah thing that we're finally getting past, all this stuff we're talking about, it's like, look, go out there, play hard, compete every night, get on the floor, blood, sweat, and tears. The Garden will love you if you're giving effort.
And I will say, playing in the Garden, as we all know, is probably one of the hardest arenas to play in, but also the most exciting arena to play in.
Oh yeah, they're exciting.
Every other team that comes to New York, they talk about it. They talk about playing in the Garden, and I think they almost, like they come and they show off almost.
They want to show off,
They come here and they show off.
We gotta stop that.
In this bigger
You know what's funny? You brought that up. I'm glad you brought it up. I think Fizdale said in one of his first interviews that he doesn't want to make the Garden a nice place for people to play anymore. Because people come here excited.
Make it tough for them.
Yeah, no more putting on a show. That Broadway shit is done.
We ain't even on Broadway.
We off Broadway. We off Broadway now. We're off Broadway show now. We're a gritty, grimy theater show in a dirty theater with rats around. That's what MSG needs to be. Alright, so listen, we just want to see the Knicks be that tough team. You can win so many games by effort. Even if your talent isn't there yet. That's what I love about these young guys, because they feel so hungry. And the whole team.
They do feel hungry. They do. Yeah. They do. So listen, if any of you guys happen to be going to open practice this Saturday, please give us a shout out. We'll be more than happy to talk to you.
We will be.
And maybe get you on camera with us.
Perhaps, right? Yeah. And a couple of things, quick housekeeping things. One, like she mentioned before, this shirt, Tashnik Boutique, shout out for a conjunction between Terry and Trey and Tashnik Boutique.
But you designed it, so...
doesn't mean any credit. Number two, shout out to all of you guys. We hit 500 subscribers, which is amazing. Yay. We only started this a few months ago just for fun, so it's great to see you guys reaching out to us. And we're getting more and more excited about what we're going to do. As we mentioned in the last video, we have half-season tickets. We're going to get half of
half-season tickets. That's how we feel right now.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of games. It's going to be a lot of games. And even maybe more surprises as the season goes on. You'll see. But I want to say something too. Thank you to the front office at Fizdale for just bringing this air positivity to the Knicks. You guys haven't done anything yet, I know, but to me, like, it just feels so good to feel good about the Knicks, and it's not just us. You go on Twitter, people are excited. We don't know what's gonna happen, and we just hope that this culture like breeds through and keeps going. But to be a Knicks fan, you know, we love our team so much. It feels great to know that like things are going in the upward direction.
It does, it does, it does. We're excited, looking forward to the season, and looking forward to having you guys come back and watch us at our next show.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.